Hello Toastmasters, welcome guests. Tonight I give my 5th speech in the Competent Communicator Manual entitled An Unexpected Journey. I know I look like a hobbit, but I don't have hairy feet. I'm not going to show you now. It was 5 AM on the 23rd of January this year. I woke up and I had a very important day. Put my suit on. I was out going to visit a customer for the first time. It's an important meeting. It was the first time I was going to meet them since I had sent them what we call an RFP, which is a request for proposal for those, so I don't give out an acronym. We give them to customers who we're trying to win their business. We respond and we have to answer hundreds of questions and we have to really try and impress them with them. If we get to the next stage and we have to go and present to them, that's a good thing, but it's also a very important thing. I woke up, opened the curtains, really thick fog, and I thought, uh-oh, check my flight, it's still on, okay, everything's going alright. Go and have my shower, get in the car, and I could basically only see as far as the front row. Any of you on the back row, it's just a mess. I could easily run you over. It was that dangerous. I'm heading to Southampton Airport at about 40 on the M27, hoping that I make it without hitting someone. Get there, delayed, brilliant. Doesn't say when it's going to come. I'm already trying to get hold of the salesman, trying to see whether he's on his way. He lives in Liverpool, so he was driving up really early. Couldn't get hold of him. The panic starts. I go inside through check-in, and it actually says a time, and it says 7:55. So my meeting isn't until 11. I can get there on time, calm down, have a little bit of breakfast, and send a few emails, catch up with some of the things that I had missed out on doing the night before. 7:30 comes. An announcement over the speakers says, "We're really sorry, but your plane isn't in Southampton, it's in Bournemouth. We'll be back to you very soon." Now, Southampton Airport's very small, and normally you're all sat around by fluke with all the people that are getting on the same plane. So everyone at this point, no one's going where we're going for fun. They're all sitting there going, "Oh God, what am I going to do?" Everyone starts ringing up people saying, "Oh, I'm going to be delayed," and trying to make excuses and things like that. I carried on being calm because my meeting wasn't till 11 and everything still seemed okay. Half an hour later, about 8 o'clock, they said, "We're going to take you all to Bournemouth Airport and get you on the plane there. Please stand by for further notice." Again, all the people around me getting really irate. What's going on? I think, I was trying to fall asleep because I just thought it can't go much worse at the moment. Then, about a quarter of an hour later, they said, "We're getting a coach for you," and they made us all go through check-in, get on the bus that normally takes you to the plane, round to the gate, and we all went back in to the front of the airport where we sat waiting. About 20 minutes later after that, they said, "There are no coaches, you're all going to get individual taxis and go to Bournemouth." At this point, I managed to get hold of the sales guy and said, "This is what's going on." He starts panicking because the meeting that we're going to is all technical. And he basically goes there to say, "Hi, here's Paul, welcome," and don't say anything until the end. So he is really getting quite worried at this point too. I got in a taxi. About half an hour later, everyone seems to want to rush to get into the taxi first, even though they had already told us at that point that you're not getting in the plane and the plane won't take off until every passenger is at Bournemouth Airport. Everyone still wants to get in the taxi first. My taxi got to Bournemouth about 9:30. The last taxi didn't get to Bournemouth till about 10:30. And they were still, at that point they were saying, "We're not sure yet what's going on." and they told us that we'd probably be on the plane about 11 o'clock. The meeting was meant to start at 11 o'clock, but it was going on till 1, so I said I could probably still make enough of it that it will be worth me coming. The sales guy and I agreed, as long as I'm on the plane by 11:30, it's worth coming. 11:15, I got on the plane. I said, right, I'm coming, I'm going into flight mode now, I'll see you in a bit. Taxiing out onto the runway, and we just stopped for no apparent reason, and about 5 minutes later the captain came on and said, we've got to de-ice the plane. So there's actually people outside doing this like on the engines, well no, on the propellers, because it's only a little propeller driven plane. And I'm like, this is just getting worse. And I started to have a moral dilemma, thinking, shall I ask them to get off the plane because I'm going to miss the meeting and delay everyone else even further? I decided not to. I thought I'll get to the other end and I'll see whether they'll just, the guys might be hanging on for me, and I'll try and get on the meeting there. We didn't take off till about 5 to 12, and then we touched down at 1:05 in Glasgow. I knew you were evaluating for me tonight, Gavin, so I picked that destination on purpose. And my meeting had finished 5 minutes before when I landed. So I asked them, can I just stay on the plane? Because my plane was meant to be at 2:15 anyway, but that plane had been delayed because the plane just goes back and forth from Southampton all day, and there were the people that had been waiting to get it at 10 AM, still waiting then. They said, no, you've got to go through check-in. So I run through check-in, get to check-in desk, say, please can I get on the earlier plane, not this one. They say you have to go and speak to reception, so I'm speaking to reception. They're equally as helpful and just say, well, what's the reason I had to explain the whole story I've just explained to you now, while the whole time it's saying final boarding, and that just had me panicking like crazy. Then I get up to the guy who has to let you through the gates. The camera doesn't recognise my face. I have to take my glasses off. Nope, still doesn't recognise me. Go up to the guy who manually lets you through the gates. You were meant to be on this plane at 8:55. No, I have to tell the whole story again. Then I eventually sit down one row in front of where I sat in the first place and take my journey home. And I made it all the way back to home by 4 o'clock. So that was my unexpected journey.
Speeches. I've watched him grow through the first 5 speeches of his Toastmasters career, and there's 3 things I think I particularly liked about this speech, but I think a lot of it, I've seen him develop these skills as right through. I think the first one was a really strong, confident start. I think sometimes when you're a little bit nervous, it's very easy to just gabble and rush into it before you kind of establish that connection with the audience. I think Paul really just kind of stood, nice strong, confident stance, smile on his face, and he made eye contact, and I thought as soon as he did that, this is going to be a good speech. I'm expecting good things from it, and he delivered on that. So a tip for anybody, I think, is take your time at the beginning to establish that credibility. Second thing I thought was eye contact. He asked me to look at eye contact, and as far as I could tell, the eye contact was pretty good, but you were the people that were in the audience. Did most people felt they got reasonable length of eye contact, front, back, sides? Excellent, well done, Paul. And the third thing that I really liked was his use of gesture to tell a story, or to act out and support his verbal messages. And we saw lots of different gestures, finger counting gestures as he was numbering his points off. He talked about opening the curtains, about the sign up here that said delayed, driving the car. There was lots of gestures about the audience and how he couldn't even see as far as the front row. So there was lots of gestures there that added to that. And it's so easy to forget about those when you're starting out, but when you do that, it really brings things to life. So those are the three things I really like. What could Paul do to be even better? Well, I thought in terms of the gesture was good, but in terms of the body language, the other thing that he didn't really tap onto as much as he could have done was the movement of using the space. He moved a little bit, and he did one bit, I think, where he came into the audience a little bit. But most of the time I felt he was quite rooted to the spot. He was using his body in that spot very well, but he could have perhaps used the stage area a little bit more. He could have come out a little bit more towards people, or he could have perhaps used different areas of the stage for different bits of the speech. When he was in the lounge waiting for the flight, and there was all these delays, and then finally he got onto the plane. Great, we're off, but we're not, because we're stuck in the runway. And then you get off the plane, only to find you get back on it again, exactly back where you started. So he could have used the speech a little bit more to do that. So that would be my suggestions for you to work on next, Paul. What am I going to take away from this speech? Well, I think the thing that I've been told myself a few times is that sometimes we get carried away with PowerPoint and visual aids, but actually you are your own best visual aid. Your body language, your facial expression, your gestures can really bring a speech to life, and I think Paul did that in spades. Well done.